Hey everyone, I found a new way to use Docker very easily. Like to manage, you can use it to manage, you can use it to run your Docker, you can use it to do anything you want to do with Docker using a GUI instead of running Docker PS to check if a Docker service is running and stuff like that. This is going to check the health of our Docker, going to check everything for us, even going to scan for vulnerabilities in the Docker environment. So we are going to be using a tool called Dockhand. I saw it lately and I felt that it's a very, very good project. Thanks to Jupiter, Siren, VT, and Flinty Lemon. So it's a very, very useful tool which you can use to manage Docker. So firstly, to install it, it's quite easy, but a little bit complicated though. But so let's get to it. So I ran a server. This is it, my server. You can see Ubuntu IP 172.3.1.7.1 like that. So make sure you have port 3000 open and port 5432 because our Postgres is going to be using 5432 on our service, and the GUI is going to be using port 3000. So what we do first, if you log into your server or if you have your Kali also, you can do that. So apt get update. First updates. If you're going to run your updates, it's going to do everything and done. Okay. We're supposed to wait like this. Please be done. All right. So now we are going to be installing Docker first, docker.io. So we are going to just we're going to clear this and run sudo apt install docker.io. So we're going to be installing Docker. I'm going to be pausing this, or I don't need to pause it because it's going to take a while to install. Okay. Okay, done. So when we install Docker, to check if our Docker is installed, you can just type your Docker version to check. You can see our Docker version, which is the newest version. So the next thing we are going to be installing is the tool. So this is the tool. You are going to copy the repo and you come to your let's first install Git. But on your Kali, you don't need to do that. I'm going to install Git, sudo apt install Git. Okay, so when you do that, I'm going to also clear this. Then I git clone. Then it's going to install. You can see. Then I'm going to list and make sure it's installed. You can see Dockhand. So I'm going to cd into my Dockhand. So then I list what is inside. Is it? But we are not going to be using npm to install this. We are going to be using something we call Pon, BUN. So Pon is more faster than npm. I think Pon was invented 2021. I think 2021 or 2019. I do not remember. But I know Pon is much faster than, and it's more easier than npm. So we are going to be installing Pon. So installing Pon, yeah. So let's go to Pon. This thing install button. Here, can see a fast and odd Java runtime. Okay, so you can see how to install it on Linux and Mac. So I'm going to just copy this. Then I'm going to come here. Then I'll paste it. Okay, unzip. Told me I need unzip. So on your Kali, you might not need unzip, but on server, the new server, it might tell you need unzip. So we are going to install unzip. Sudo apt install unzip. So unzip is done. Now let's install that. Let's paste that stuff again. So okay, so it start downloading. So yeah, It's done. So what to tell us to do next is to run this. Is to run a source. So I'm going to do source thing dot bash rc. On your Kali, if you run this, it might bring out an error because it might be on ZRC. I think ZHRC. So you can just type your bash, just type bash, generate out your password, then you can be able to run bash rc. But instead, you can just change this to the ZRC instead of bash. Change to ZRC. But in this place, it's okay. I'm just going to type something like it, then it's done. So my our bomb is installed. So the next thing we are going to do is, let me still list this. Okay, we're going to run bomb install. So bomb install is going to start doing a lot of things for us, which is not going to take long. You can see it's successful. If you are here, you are following. So no errors, nothing. So let's list again, and this is supposed to create an env file, but we are not seeing an env file here for this thing. So we are going to be creating an environment file, and we are going to be writing a code error for our PostgreSQL and the particular program to follow our environment file. So we are going to be creating environment file. So I'm going to sudo nano.env. So we are going to be writing an environment file. So first thing we are going to do, I'm going to type my node env. It's equal to, can you just name it production. We give our ports port 3000. Use our port 3000. You can use any other ports. Any port you open is okay, no problem. So now for the origin, that means our and the address which we are going to be accessing the GUI from. So we are going to be giving the origin, and also this is for cross for just to ensure our cross origin resource sharing. So I'm going to just start my HTTP, then HTTP. Then I'm going to put in the IP address. Here's my IP address. The IP address of this IP address from 702. I think it's this IP address. No, our public IP address, yes. Public IP address of your Kali or your VPN, so you can see. So the next thing, let me just, so that I can be able to understand my code, where we are going to be generating a secret code. In this place, I'm going to be generating a secret code. Generate a secret code. So next thing we are going to be doing is we are going to be giving it an authentication, because we want it to have password so that the attacker will be able to access our dashboard. So I'm going to give an auth secret. So auth secret just on my cap lock. Auth secrets then. So now to create our auth secret, that means our auth secret is just for us to sign the token security. So we are going to be using SSL to just do that. So I'm going to just open another terminal. I'm going to use, I think I have OpenSSL. On Kali also, you have OpenSSL installed. SSL. Okay, yes, I have OpenSSL. So I'm going to just type in my OpenSSL. I'm going to type OpenSSL random hexadecimal, should be hexadecimal, numbers and letter, then just 32. And it's going to create something like this. So I'm just going to copy this. You can create your SSL from anywhere. You open SSL random hexadecimal from anywhere. So I'm going to paste it here. So good. So what I'm doing next is now for our database, because it needs database also. For database, we're going to be using Postgres SQL, then Dockhand, has Postgres, Dockhand has Progress, then also give it a port of 54. Our port is 5432. Then also Dockhand. All right. Okay, so for the sockets, I'm going to give it also, let me just put in my Docker socket. Let's type Docker sockets. Then also for this place that we're going to give it the Docker host underscore host. Then it's equal to Unix. Give it 3 for Docker. That's the sock. Okay, we have our hot secret. We have the database URL, and also the origin and the port. So I'm going to just save this, Ctrl X. So we have created our env. So what we are going to do next is we are going to be installing Docker Compose also. So Docker Compose. So do sudo apt install Docker-compose. So this is going to be installing our Docker.compose. Okay, so we have our Docker.compose. So then I'm going to run my Docker compose -f, then Docker compose -postgres PostgreSQL into YAML. Then we are going to be running it up. Okay, we have an error saying permission denied, so we are going to be using sudo. Okay, this is going to take a while. I'm going to pause this video. All right, so this is done. Now I'm going to be starting up. I'm going to be starting up the Docker and also Docker PS. You don't have any sudo Docker PS. Oh, we have only one thing running, which is this 5432. You're supposed to have 2 services running. Okay. Let's start up 3000. There should be something we can use to start up with 3000. So we can then type Docker. We're going to start it again. Docker-compose -f buffer compose -postgres SQL. That's YAML up -d Dockhand again. You should be able to do something for us. Okay. I'm always forgetting the sudo. Okay, done. Let's check again. Docker PS. Okay, so sudo Docker PS. Okay, yes, we have 2 running, 3004 5 4 3 2 running. So let's start this up. This we don't even need to do anything else. Let's just go to the this. So I'm going to just type my http, then type this, then I type mine 3000. Should be able to do something up for me. Okay. So immediately you are going to see something like this. You are going to see Dockhand has been able to file something. You can just click on cut it. So you can see that when I open it, there's no password, there's nothing. It didn't ask for anything. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to setting. You are going to see something very, very interesting, which caught my attention. We are going to be creating an environment, but first I'm not going to be creating a password. And I don't know that yet. So I'm going to just create an environment. Then I'm going to name it security. And then I'll just give it a label wheel. Then I leave this as it. Then I paste a public IP. Then I'm going to first test connection. Can see connected Docker container. Then also, if you go here, you're going to see a lot of things. You can see schedule updates tab, periodically check all containers in the environment for image updates. So I can click on if you want to enable scheduled update. So I don't have to click on I can just leave it this way. Then activity, you can see it will be able to collect container activity, collect the system metrics, collect CPU and memory usage. It's going to be checking memory usage and everything. Show, grow, highlight value changes. Everything is on. You can off anyone if you want to. Now for security, you can enable it. You can see it has a scanner. It's going to check. It has I think it has both Gripe and Trivy for scanning the Docker to check if there's any vulnerability. But you can use both. You can say I click on both. You can enable scanning. The notification, if you want to add some notification, you can do that. So then I click on add. Immediately I click on add. If I go to my dashboard, you are going to see something like this. And you are going to see, if I click on it, you are going to see these two services that was running on the CLI when I type Docker PS. You are going to be sudo Docker PS. You are going to be seeing, you can see these two services. So you can use this to monitor your Docker, do anything you want to do on this instead of typing command to check how many services are running and stuff like that. So you can see logs. You can see logs on this, logs on the first one. You can see what is running, log on the second. You can see. So you can see put on single, put on multi. They're very, very interesting. I've not really explored a lot of things. So you can see shell. I can run shell on this. And see if I click on shell, you can see connecting. So if I click on ls, you can see there are things I can do. So stacks, what is running, you can see a lot of things which we can use this to do. You can even create a Docker environment using this also. So it's a very you can see the CPU usage and the memory usage, images 2, network 4, and a lot of things. So this is a very, very good tool you can use instead of using your CLI. So now let's go to the authentication. Click on authentication. There's nothing here. Okay, I have to enable this authentication here now. I'll click on enable, but it's telling me I have to create a user first. So that user I'm creating will be the admin. So I click on user. Now ask me my username. I'll name it with security. Then the email, I can name it with security. Or I can just name it admin@google.com. Then also I can put my name with security. Then I can put my password. Admin. You can kindly put in a strong password. I'm just doing it for testing. Admin @1234. Admin @1234. now create user. So this create user, let me just save this. Create user, this it will be the admin. So now if I click on general now, if I click on enable, so you can see authentication is enabled. Now if I click on dashboard again or I reload this, you should be able to go to you can see, I just click on this and click on sign in. Now I'm here. So this Dockhand, which is a very good tool you can use for a lot of things and stuff like that. So instead of you going to your CLI, so thank you very much. You can use this tool for to ease your stress. Thank you. Kindly subscribe.